Hello everybody and welcome back to F1 Manager 2022, and we are going to the Circuit de Barcelona, Catalunya, because I tried to record the Miami race and forgot to press record after qualifying. And what was really annoying is that we actually qualified Fernando Alonso P1, Bottas got P7. Bottas then crashed into Gasly, wrote off the car and retired from the race. Alonso then crashed into Verstappen, pitted, and we managed the wet weather and finished 9th. So, yeah, pretty disappointing. Very action-packed race. Really annoyed it. I've completely forgot to press record. But we live it and live. And this is now episode 50. And we're in Barcelona and Catalunya. So because Valtteri Bottas wrote off his car completely, he is now having chassis version number 1 because there isn't enough copies of chassis version number 2 built yet. And Alonso is obviously going to keep that one. So yeah, there's a little bit of stuff to talk about. We've just refurbished the helipad. It was really cheap. We got 14 million in the bank, and we're trying to wait until we can purchase the upgrade for the factory, which would obviously increase development speed and give project capacity up to 6. So that would be very, very helpful. And then we're just going to start making our way through all of this stuff. 2 million note, want to save that money. 3 million note, want to save that money. I think we have some points. Drugovic has another point, so we'll put that into his control. No, overtaking really needs to be buffed. I think I said I wanted to get all these to 80, but we're ignoring that for the moment. Valtteri Bottas doesn't have a point, and Alonso doesn't either. Staff, no. Oh, yes, Chris Cronin now has one. Oh, what should we go for? Give and understand feedback on the car setup during practice sessions, communications, faster affinity growth, higher rating means faster pit stops. Thank you very much. Lovely stuff. You don't have one either. Right, has that ruined? It has ruined a lot of money we could have got because we didn't get 2 drivers in the top 10. Anyway, we will get 2 drivers into the top 10 in this race. I am confirming that in Barcelona we will qualify 2 drivers inside the top 10, and we will get both drivers into Q3 because we have been qualifying very well. We have got a faster car if Valtteri Bottas had his chassis on, but he doesn't. But yes, right, I'll go and do practice, and this time I will remember to press record when doing qualifying and the race day. Okay, practice done, and lovely stuff. 99% confidence for Alonso, 97% confidence for Valtteri Bottas, although Valtteri Bottas does have a 3-place grid penalty because he span and caused a little bit of an accident hitting Sebastian Vettel, so no love lost there. But yeah, we're doing all right, to be honest. We're in a good position. I'm sort of wondering, I think we're going to put the new engine on the car for this race. I want us to be as quick as possible, and I feel like putting a brand new engine on the car. Do I? No, I don't. I think it's too early. We're going to give... Is it too early? Is it too early to put a brand new engine? I think it is. I think it's too early to put a brand new engine on the car. Let's stick with the strategy we have been doing. The car is quick. The car is quick, so we need to just remember that, to be honest. We're not incredibly slow. Oh yeah, I've already put the engine in. Let's get the ERS on and then the gearbox as well. Like so. I think we will start diving into the next ones though. Probably in the next race. Right, into qualifying we go. Okay, I think we're going to try and set a nice early lap here and just get this done and get us through. We're going to try and do the slipstream again. We'll give it to Bottas to start. So as soon as we see Alonso moving, there we go. Bottas can get in just behind him. And we'll get those 2 out there, hopefully setting some fast laps with the slipstream, although Bottas might be a little bit too far away. But yeah, we probably need to pull Bottas along in Q3 if we get there, because he's got that 3 grid place penalty. The other thing to consider is that Bottas is in a slower car because he doesn't have the same components as Alonso. So yeah, we'll have to remember that when we get there. I better remember to put these tyres back on. Hopefully we get through. I mean, it's not looking certain at the moment, 5th and 6th, but we should be okay. I think it's going to be around about 2 minutes 30. I think we can go out in for 1:16. Let's just see when everyone else goes out. Lots of people doing laps around Barcelona. If you haven't got full track acclimatization, by the way, doing more laps in qualifying can be very useful. So I'm sure everyone's going to go out in a minute. There we go. So let's just let everyone go. Oh, you can actually get a... There we go. Right, they're all going. So 1:54 is when we're going out. We're going to send... We'll go down to... Yeah, well, we'll just go down to 1 times. And then we'll go send out, play. And we're going to see who gets... It's Alonso who's going to get the slipstream, which is absolutely awesome. Oh, yellow flag in Sector 3, but it clears as we start our lap. So that should help us out, to be honest. And I think we're safely through there on our used tyres. 7th and 8th, which is awesome. Obviously, Valtteri Bottas has got 3 grid penalty demotion. So both Williams at the bottoms, Alpine, Haas and an Alfa Romeo go out. Let's get into Q2. Okay, again, we're going to try and get out very early because we're using very used tyres for this one at the moment. So we'll both go out there. Alonso will sit nicely behind Bottas, get a nice bit of slipstream, and hopefully set a very quick lap on these used tyres. We've got a really free track in front of us as well, which is lovely to see. And there we go, 1:17.035 for Bottas, who actually went quicker, even though Alonso had the slipstream. But pretty decent time set by the guys there. I'm not too upset with that. Alonso is slowly dropping down, but we're on used tyres. We should be fine. Obviously, the slipstream might not be as beneficial here. There's probably a bit more dirty air around Barcelona, so we'll give them a bit of a gap for the next one. But yeah, it was 1:54 we went out on, wasn't it? That's what we've got to come back for. Oh, in Q2, everyone's going a little bit earlier, so I think we're just going to go right now. So we'll send. Let's just go down to 2 times speed quickly. Alonso out, Bottas out, back up to 16 times. There's a bit more of a gap between them. They should have enough time to easily get across the line. They do, and we start our fast laps. Right, we do need to improve. Alonso's currently going out. He jumps up. Bottas is through as well. Lovely stuff. Into Q3 we go. So again, into Q3, we're using our used tyres to start with. So we'll get them out first. I think we're just going to send them both like that again. I know the slipstream didn't prove to be too useful last time, but that's what we'll go with. Bottas is in front of Alonso, so Alonso should be getting the slipstream. We'll see if it pays off on this one. Sainz is going to get in the way ever so slightly, but we set a time there. Bottas goes quicker again in a slower car and with no slipstream, but we'll get the guys in, get them onto their fresh set of soft tyres, and then get ready for what will be our actual really quick laps in a minute. I mean, we could go like now, but I don't want to ruin it. We'll be back with like 1:54 to go. Okay, so everyone is now just leaving the pits. We could actually get plenty of time in here to get this lap done. So we will send out Bottas first, and then we'll send out Alonso with a bit of space behind him, and get these boys setting their fast laps. Alonso down in 10th at the moment. He really needs to improve. We are now setting this on fresh, soft tyres, so I'm hoping to see some improvement. Alonso goes 8th, Bottas to 5th. So Bottas will be starting 8th, Alonso will be starting 7th. We'll have both Aston Martins next to each other on the grid because of his grid penalty. We're not the quickest around Barcelona. Okay, we have heavy rain on race day, but it's not starting wet. This is what Miami was like as well, and we sort of got it a little bit wrong. But the rain is coming early, then dying off, so it's going to be a little bit of rain, so maybe a stint on inters. Our weather centre is 4 out of 5, so it should be pretty reliable. So I think inters onto the wets, stay on the wets. See if you can get the wets through to then go straight onto the softs, I think. So how far can these soft tyres... Can the soft tyres... No, we maybe play it a bit safer. Get those first set of mediums out into the shite weather, to be honest, which could be there. We could time it just right, then we'll go on to the inters for a wee bit, and then we go on to the wets, I think pretty quickly, probably around there, and then we'll go on to the softs, hopefully right at the end like that. Push them really hard, Yeah, we can't do the mediums hard. The inters will be pushed and they will be pushed as well. So that's the sort of thing we're going for. We'll judge this weather when we get there, but I think starting on the mediums is the sensible thing to do. I wish you could just say copy strategy. That would be very useful. Onto the mediums then. We'll drag those mediums out as best we can. Then we'll go on to the inters for a little bit. Then we'll get onto the wets in the full wet weather. I just don't think you're going to be able to pull out. That might be full wets. That might be full wet straight away. That's what we're going to have to keep an eye on, how quickly that rain comes. I don't think it will. And then again, we'll get onto the soft tyre right at the end of the race. Hopefully around here somewhere, pushing it very hard. We'll push the wets as well. Something like that is what we're going to go with. That was quick and easy, wasn't it? Let's crack in to the race. Here we go then. Barcelona, Catalunya. The sun is shining at the moment. We are back there in 7th and 8th. It was really fun to see an Aston Martin on the front row in the last race, but it wasn't to be, as there is a mix of strategies. These soft runners are going to be in a world of pain because they're going to pit stop and then the rain's going to come, and that's just rubbish strategy there. Where is Bottas? Is starting down in 10th. What? He only had a three place grid penalty. Maybe I miscalculated something, but anyway, oh yeah, fuel. Yeah, we can't push fuel because it's Barcelona. You can't actually put any more fuel in the car than what you need. So, Alonso up into 5th straight away, challenging with Perez, who's on used soft tyres, which is lovely to see. Bottas up to 9th as well, getting it done on Esteban Ocon. Alonso looking around the outside. Obviously, we are blitzing the battery. You can get 2 full laps out of ERS on deploy according to qualifying. So we're in a pretty good session here. Again, with the wet weather coming, you want to get up front as soon as possible. And Alonso is making a good fist of it, to be honest. What's Bottas doing? He's sort of stuck at the moment because these two are fighting each other in front of him. Alonso gets past Leclerc. Alonso on a bit of a mission. You love to see it. Right, let's get those tyres back in line for both drivers. We'll keep them on aggressive. Yeah, we've still got plenty of battery as we come into this final bit here. Alonso massively corner cutting. We don't mind that, Fernando. You take the rules into your own hands. That is lovely stuff. Right, Bottas still in 9th, still sitting behind these two, but he's going to go for it now. He's pulled out. He's not going to get it done, I don't think. I don't think Bottas is going to have the straight line speed. Maybe if you hadn't wrecked the other chassis, mate, and the side pods, potentially you would have had the speed there to get through, but no, you had to write off your car and yeah, mess up what could have been a fantastic Miami Grand Prix for Aston Martin. But anyway, not that I'm salty or anything. Yeah, we're still doing alright though. Alonso's still here. Let's just pop him into neutral so that he keeps pace with these guys. In fact, let's keep pushing because we'll have plenty of time under DRS to stay with them and charge up a little bit. Bottas, I want you to do something, mate. No, am I going to have to micromanage you here again? So, I know there was a comment that said driving clean air doesn't do anything. It moves them into a better overtaking position straight away. So, go on, get it done, get it done, get it done. He's trying round the outside. Go on, Valtteri. Go on, Valtteri. No, now we'll take it off because this isn't an overtaking point. Although he has pushed George Russell wide a little bit there, and he could get that done. Valtteri, my boy. Well done. Finally showing his worth. Alonso's keeping pace up the front. Now we'll drop it into neutral for both drivers because DRS starts on this lap. Right, 2 laps in. Lap 3 is about to start, and we are in 8th and 3rd. Lovely stuff from Fernando Alonso. We just need to make sure that Bottas stays in touch with Gasly. That's the main thing there, and Alonso stays in touch with these guys in front. Okay, quick update on the weather front. It's still reading pretty much the same, which is good for us and our strategy. Fernando Alonso keeping pace with the leaders, which is awesome to see as well. Bottas is just about keeping pace with Gasly. Gasly slowly getting left behind by the cars in front. So we may try to make a move on Pierre Gasly pretty soon, actually, just to see if we can jump past him at some point. Let's get right up his bum around these corners because we'll deploy out here and he probably won't be heavily deploying, and then we'll drop it into neutral just as we come through into the start-finish straight. Alonso just about keeping pace, although signs of Verstappen pulling away a little bit there. Verstappen out in front on the medium, signs on the softs is now just going to overtake him, and Alonso should then tuck nicely in behind Max Verstappen. Bottas is right behind Pierre Gasly here, and I think we want to get this move done. So we're going to ask him to attack on the tyres as well, and move. Try and get past Pierre Gasly, because Gasly is slowly being left behind by the quicker Mercedes in front. And this is a good opportunity for Valtteri Bottas coming out of this corner, up the hill. Oh, he's a bit all over the place on that exit. Not the best exit. Come on, Valtteri, I don't want to feel like you're a very expensive mistake in terms of hiring you, when I know we could have got Lewis Hamilton as well. So, right, can he get it done? I know Pierre Gasly's still got that. Pierre Gasly's got the DRS still, which is making it very difficult for Valtteri Bottas to get past him. But if we can get it done and then stay with the Mercedes and basically drop Pierre Gasly, that would be wonderful. As Alonso's still keeping pace with these guys, which is good. This DRS zone here always pulls us back into favour with them, so I'm happy at him doing what he's doing. Oh, Valtteri Bottas completely drained his ERS because I wasn't paying attention for that corner, but he'll have DRS now, which will pull him along. I think you're just going to have to do it El Natural, Valtteri. I don't think you got the natural pace to catch that AlphaTauri driven by Pierre Gasly there. I think you're going to have to do it El Natural. Alonso still on the heat of Sainz, who's going to have to pit early on those softs. He's on used soft tyres, so a very interesting strategy by Ferrari. Okay, just coming in to start lap 10. Fernando Alonso still sitting on the back of these two, squabbling up front. Bottas still sitting behind Gasly. Rain isn't coming until lap 25, so another 15 laps or so. So we're sitting in a pretty good position. I don't really want to rock the boat too much. As long as Alonso's still keeping this DRS, I'm more than happy, because these two are squabbling, which should, one, eat into their tyres, but it's not really doing that for Max Verstappen, and two, it slows them down when they're fighting, which is good. Leclerc is, what's that, about nearly, just under half a second away from us, so it's all pretty close, but we are all staying pretty close together. Bottas sitting behind Gasly is fine. Gasly's on the mediums as well. Perez and Russell are going to pit before the rain, I think. So Perez, Russell and Sainz all to pit before the rain is going to make this very interesting going into the rainy period. Okay, so Leclerc has started battling us, which means we're losing pace to the front two. I don't really mind that. I don't think we were able to keep up with them anyway. It's given Leclerc this position, so we're going to save our tyres a little bit, because we're going to get DRS and fly past him right now. So yeah, he overtook us at pretty much completely the wrong time. Bottas still just hanging on where he's always been, behind this next group which is in front of us. Okay, we're sitting behind Leclerc. I'm not against that, to be honest, if we're not going to push our tyres. Oh, hello, there's Sergio Perez coming up the inside as well. So maybe we can't relax our tyres too much, to be honest, although Perez is on the softs, he should be dying off. Leclerc, much stronger tyres than us because we've been pushing them. 10 laps until the rain is here. It's really going to make it interesting and mess the order of this race up, I think. Again, who's going to judge it and how long it can do. I don't think their softs are going to last 10 more laps. That's the problem they've got. We've had a crash. Not too sure who it is. Albon is still there. Anyone in the wall? Anyone out of place? Oh, the Stroll is sort of facing the wrong way, so it could be Lance Stroll. Oh, Russell was definitely facing the wrong way, so Russell right behind us. Or was Russell? No, yeah, Russell was behind us. But it is a safety car, which means we get to do all of our fun stuff here, save everything up. And the soft runners may pit under this safety car. The rain is still just 6 laps away, which is going to make this very, very interesting. But it is Russell there facing the wrong way in the wall as everyone else just goes past him and gives him a little wave. We will ignore. I mean, we could. You could pit, right? You could pit, get onto fresh tyres, have them for 6 laps. But I don't think it's worth it because I don't think anyone else is going to pit. So let's just follow this round. I don't think the safety car. Yeah, we've got a long way to go until people pick up the safety car. Let's see what Russell did very quickly. So coming round, did he just lose the back end? It was actually right behind Valtteri Bottas there. Didn't even lose the end, just locked up straight into the barrier. It's full on safety car. And yeah, everyone can go get. Aha, yes, see, everybody's pitting. I thought that might be the case. Everybody is pitting, so we could have pit. But we are going to be leading this Grand Prix before the wet weather comes in. So, yeah, lots of people pit. All going on to fresh tyres. What have they gone for? Fresh mediums. Interesting. Hamilton has stayed out on hards and is only in 8th. That Haas must be absolutely terrible. But yeah, we are at the front with both cars. So Sonoda's locked up under safety car. We've got all of our ERS charge, which is exactly what we wanted. And is the safety car coming in this lap? Yes, it is.
Safety car will be in.
So Alonso is out in front. I think the safety car. There we go. Right. So deploy, push. We'll go aggressive on the tyres. Aggressive on the tyres. Push. And deploy. But no, that one there. Don't fight your teammate. Hopefully, let's get on board with Valtteri Bottas because he's behind. In fact, let's get on board with Verstappen and see how everybody's restarts looks from the position of Max Verstappen.
Make sure we get a good restart.
Safety car is ending. Drivers are off. Max Verstappen's natural pace is just so much quicker than ours. We just need to squeeze him out, Valtteri. You needed to squeeze him out there. Come on, do it for the team. Do it for the team. Wet weather predicted. That's what we were thinking. And, well, Valtteri's had a shocker there straight away. He's lost position 2. Max Verstappen, who is on fresh medium tyres, so he will have more grip and all that good stuff. But, yeah, we needed Bottas to be, you know, a little bit better in that position. Right, rain is coming in, what, like 2 laps. So, just stay with them, Valtteri. Just stay with them. It's a bit depressing every time, isn't it, when I talk about Valtteri Bottas? But we're in a decent position here, according to the rain's coming. We're in 1 and 3, so it's never going to be dreadful being in those sorts of positions. But yes, you can see how much quicker Max Verstappen is on those fresh tyres. But I mean, if he can't get past Alonso, we can't get past him. That's his problem. But rain coming in 3 minutes apparently. So yeah, about 2 more laps. So lap 25, our weather centre being reasonably accurate. So Max Verstappen has got past us, but the rain is due any minute. So yeah, it's going to be really interesting. We do have DRS activated as well, so that will keep us in line there. Bottas, I'm not sure if he's going to keep pace with his teammate at the moment, but the rain is pretty much due. It's not coming down yet, though.
There's more rain now, so just watch for.
Okay, scrap that. It's just started raining. I think we can get one more lap in on these tyres, and then we come into pits, which means we're probably going to pit at the same time as Max Verstappen. No point in pitting yet. It's not the right thing. It is coming down quickly. So, yeah, I think it will be pit options onto intermediates. Valtteri, I think we're going to have to double stack. I think it's the only thing sensibly to do. But, yes. How long is it going to be? How long is it going to be damp for? That's the question. That is the question. Track is now damp and the rain is still coming. Is it full? Do we go full wets? Do we go full wets? We're going to see. We've got quite a bit of the track left to go. Full wets is 4 millimeters. And it's just going to get worse and worse. I think we may risk it. Be very slow. If that gets to 3 before we're around this corner, I think we do go full wets. But I'm not sure it's going to. It's just not going up as quickly as we can progress. But you can see Max Verstappen absolutely gunning it away from us in these conditions, in that car that he's got. Yeah, this is incredible driving from Max Verstappen to get away like that. He's completely left us both for dead. We're going to need something special. Alonso's really teeting it round. We are getting on to the intermediates. Is that the right thing to do? It's going to be wet like straight away, but I think we're going to have a couple of laps under inters. I guess we just copy Verstappen, because Verstappen's going to be leading this race. It's only 1.47. The rain has like remained the same. Yeah, Verstappen comes into pit. Alonso's nursing this round very slowly. We're going to have to double stack. I don't think, yeah, AI generally doesn't normally double stack, which may suit Perez, because he will get the lead of the race, albeit slowly on soft tyres. But it's going to be very interesting because he's only going to pit. He could potentially only pit once onto wets, or he'll go intermediates then wets. Right, we need this double stack to work well. Alonso in onto the inters. He doesn't get held up, which is lovely. And I think he may have jumped Verstappen as Bottas is there. Bottas does get held. That is the problem with the double stack. Bottas, look at this. It's such a busy lane. Yeah, Bottas getting really held in there. Because it's such a busy lane, we potentially could have held him out. But in theory now, Alonso is leading this race. Verstappen went full wets. He's going to be slow. Verstappen is going to be slow. What did everyone else do? Inters, wets. Okay, right. So we really need to get this done then, Fernando. This is where you need to really push these inters, because we're going to change again. And we need to get a big gap into this. It's up to 2 millimeters already. Oh, Verstappen, Vettel, get out of the way. Get out of the way. Get out of the way. Driving clean air, just get it done. There you go. Right. Let's have a quick look at Bottas, make sure he's not getting caught on anyone. Driving clean air around all these numpties. Driving clean air. You're much faster, Valtteri. You're much faster.
Good job.
There you go. Right. Get out of the clean air now. Stay where you are. Right. Fernando. Oh my word, you're doing it again. Driving clean air. Just get round him.
This is good.
Just get round him. Why are you being held up by blooming that McLaren?
Looks like Aston Martin have just gained a race position.
Oh, look how slow he's making us go. Oh, that's infuriating. That is massively infuriating. Right, Alonso, you need to really put some time between you and Verstappen. Really do. You really do, because we're going to pit again and they're not.
Yeah,
we're going to have a couple of laps like this, but we are just going to keep pushing with everything, even though they don't have it. It's basically as soon as you harvest anything, just deploy it. So Verstappen is 3 seconds behind us, under pressure from Ocon on the inters. Ocon gets past him. Is Perez. Are these guys coming out on full wet straight away? It's held at 2.6. So this is going to be interesting. We're the leader. I don't know how long a pit stop is. This could really backfire, to be honest. This could very much backfire.
Just keep doing what you're doing.
Hopefully we can get a couple of laps out of these. 2.63, 4 minutes until really heavy rain. 4 minutes is 3 laps. So we need to see us and Ocon basically pull away from Verstappen. And we just need to see Bottas make some moves. Although he's got inters around him.
It's good.
I mean, Red Bull have either done a master stroke here or they've... Oh, Alonso... No, I thought Alonso ran wide. He didn't. Someone ran wide. It was Bottas overtakes Albon. I thought it was about to say Bottas ran wide. So that's okay. Perez has run wide. Wow, that's going to hurt him right down in 11th position. But yeah, it's just watching for this heavy rain now, seeing this rain. As soon as it gets towards 4, that's when we've got a pit. And we need to get as much space between us and Max Verstappen, who is very much dropping off. Last lap, 2 minutes. He's so much slower than us. He's so slow. Right, Bottas is onto his pit window for his full wet, but we're just going to watch it by the weather. We'll be back when the next pit stops happen. Okay, the rain is coming down pretty heavy. We're on 3.3 now. I think it's going to be around 4 before we finish this lap. So we have to come in now and hope that we have a good stop. Pit this lap. Again, it's going to be a slight double stack. Hopefully, we react a lot quicker than the other AI. We haven't quite got the gap I wanted to Max Verstappen. We're going to ask Fernando to carry on just deploying everything, and Bottas as well. We know both are pitting. This is very, very important here because it's 3.7. It's just intermediates for these last few corners before we have to drive really, really slow, and Verstappen's going to find a lot of pace. Now it is wet conditions on the track. So as we come around the final 2 corners, we will literally just jump straight into the pit lane here as we enter the pits with Fernando Alonso. There's a yellow flag in sector 3. Oh, it was Valtteri. It was Valtteri. He ran wide in the wet weather. Locked up and ran wide. And the key person here to watch is Max Verstappen. Already on those wet tyres. He is going to get the lead of the race. Alonso's not even changed his tyres yet. It's a masterful call. Ocon has stayed out on the inters. Wow, Verstappen on the full wets is going for it. already. The rain, look at the rain. It's absolutely hammering it down. Bottas has got held again. He's got held again. Oh, poor old Valtteri. Poor old Valtteri. Right, who else has stayed out on Inters? Schumacher, Ocon, Norris got it right. Perez is behind us. Gasly comes in as well. Okay, not bad. It could have been better. We're going to jump a place because of Ocon, obviously. But yeah, now the rain is here for quite some time. So we are on them to push without pushing like... Oh, multiple cars crashed. Do we have a safety car? No, we don't. We don't have a safety car, which is very interesting. I think now we just ask the guys just to make sure we get it around the track. Valtteri's already locked up once and gone wide. So, yeah, we just need to make sure the boys get it around. Alonso in 4th, but net P3 because of Ocon. Bottas in 10th, net P, probably 8th because of Schumacher and Ocon. So, someone's got a penalty. It is Leclerc who must have caused an accident. Which is interesting. They might have to pace. They might have to come in and pit again. 30 laps done, halfway through. It doesn't look like the rain is easing off anytime soon. We'll see how this unfolds, and if there's any drama, we'll be back. But hopefully, we get it through to that point where the crossover straight onto slicks. Hopefully, it dries up quite quickly. Now we're all being held up here by Ocon, who is going to pit. So let's see where we end up after this. Okay, lap 45 of 66. Bottas up to 5th. He has overtaken Norris and left Perez behind. Alonso has put a 3.2 second gap between him and Sainz. Verstappen well out in front in 16 seconds lead. He's probably going to win this one quite easily. The rain is just starting to ease off. Oh, Bottas, you dick. Bottas, I mean, you are turning into such a waste of money. It's utterly... You're an imbecile, mate. You're an imbecile. Just as I'm bigging you up, you've now lost 4 seconds to Perez. Unbelievable. You've got to push for your life, my friend. Dry weather predicted. We should see the rain ease off. Okay, it's just how quickly is it going to go from 1 to 4 to under 1? That's the key. We're nearly at the intermediate zone already. In fact, hang on, where are we? Bottas. We're going to risk Bottas here. We're going to risk Valtteri Bottas. Pit options, onto new fresh inters, confirm. Pit this lap because you're right there and you just span. So hopefully that will give you a little pace advantage. And Alonso, I don't know what to do with you. It's only 3 seconds. So Bottas is pitting. I think Alonso, we still ask him to push. It's down to 4 now. It's going to be linear. But I think linear means you're going to have a good number of laps on the inters. Right, Bottas into pit, onto the intermediates, which I think he'll be able to push pretty hard. Alonso will be nursing those ones around. I reckon Verstappen's going to pit. So, right, Bottas. You are now on the perfect tyre for this race, my friend. So, push it, push it, push it. Yes. Lovely. Tsunoda and Hamilton are pitting. They're only just coming in, though, so we can't see what they're doing. Verstappen is pitting. So we are going to get Alonso to pit as well. We're basically going to copy Verstappen. That should keep us in second. Pit this lap. And yes, go for that. So Verstappen pits. Okay, Alonso should have enough time to get in, pit, and get out before there's traffic in the lane, hopefully. But yeah, so Verstappen pits with his 17-second lead. He is going into the intermediates. Exactly what we're going to do with Alonso, who's going to come into pit. And this is going to be... It's going to be very interesting. We are going to be on these tyres for a little while, which is good. Right, Bottas. Where is Bottas? He's down here. He's a minute behind, which isn't a big problem. But all these people are pitting. Please don't hold Alonso. He's going to get out. Good. He's going to get out in second place onto those intermediate tyres, which we are going to push pretty hard. I think Valtteri is, yeah, knackered his ERS. So Alonso comes out in third behind Perez, but Perez hasn't pitted, so we should catch Perez pretty quickly. I think we can push these tyres quite hard, to be honest, and you've got some fuel as well. So let's push all of that. Bottas is now going past the pit lane. Should jump all of these. Is he going to get Gasly as well? No, Stroll and Norris out in front of Bottas, but we are asking Bottas to push somewhat. Right, so there's a severely overheating. Okay, we'll bring them down a little bit. We will ask you to deploy your battery though. Valtteri will get you to do the same on your laps. And right, Bottas in 9th, Alonso in P2, so P2 and P8, net P2, net P8, because of Perez, who needs to pit as well. Is there anyone else that hasn't pitted yet? Ocon hasn't pitted either, which means they gave preferential to Vettel, who's down in 80. Oh no, he hasn't pitted either. Oh my word, what is going on at Alpine? But yeah, okay, this race isn't over yet. This race is not over. And Alonso is there looking at Perez, who is going to come into pit on this lap. So, no, he doesn't. He stays out again. What is Perez doing? What is Perez doing? He's going to be a complete sitting duck for us on those wet tyres. He should be on those wet tyres. Valtteri's got his fuel done. Now we'll push the tyres. 3 points. He's going to try and stay out and go straight onto the softs, isn't he? Which is clever, but it could massively backfire for him because he should lose a number of positions, like a good few positions here, because we should be able to catch him pretty easily. So get in clean air and see if you can get up that inside. There you go. There you go. Go on. Go on. Go on. You got it. You got it. Get that ERS done as well. The rain has now stopped.
Okay.
Yeah, right. There we go. We are through. Where is Valtteri? What's he doing? He's sort of in no man's land. So let's get him pushing. He needs to catch Norris. Alonso 16 seconds behind Max Verstappen. We just need to judge this weather. If we can get him in right, if we can get Alonso in right on cue for the weather change, we'll be in an absolutely cracking position here, because it will allow us to get onto the slicks before Verstappen and hopefully make up some time. But we really need to keep an eye on that weather. Valtteri's trying to get this move done on Esteban Ocon, who's still on the wets. The weather is coming down. Ocon and Perez trying to go wet to the softs. The thing is, we've got Lando Norris on our inside here, who's not making this easy, because it's two people on the correct tyres trying to overtake one person who's not on the correct tyre, and he is holding up everyone. And I feel like now is our opportunity, Valtteri. You've got to get this done. We're asking you to push the fuel, push everything. We can't get into the clean air to make that move. Norris is going to have the inside. I mean, Ocon is defending really well. He's defending really, really well here. But, right, let's just see now that we've got the inside here. Can we push everything? Ocon comes to defend again. There you go. Get that inside. Get that inside. No, because then they're going to have the inside here. We're going to have the inside on the next corner into the chicane.
Aston Martin with a great play.
It's just us and Norris, basically. Right, this is where, and yeah, we've used up all of our battery because I forgot to turn it off. And yeah, we're not going to get that done. Valtteri, you're on your own, mate. Just get past Ocon when you can. Alonso is eating into Verstappen's time. Again, we just need to keep an eye on this. Just need to keep on this. Sector 1. Somebody's ran wide. Wasn't Bottas. Wasn't Norris. They're still battling away. I mean, Ocon, look at that. He's put an 11-second gap. Someone's locked up. Perez has locked up. That's pretty huge, actually. Right, 2.04 it is now. Do we take the gamble round these corners? I don't think it's going to be the right time to go onto those tyres yet. It depends how long a pit stop takes. 29 seconds. 1.98. I need to make the decision now. I need to make that decision now. Are we going to make up the time if we pit this early? And what's that weather going to... It needs to be under 1. It needs to be under 1 millimetre to go onto the dries. Go onto the slicks. 1.98. I don't think it's going to be ready for Alonso. But I do think it's going to be good for Bottas. Who is this numpty in our way? Can you please get out of the way? There we go. Right, Bottas. We're going to take a risk with Bottas on this lap. Onto the soft tyres for Valtteri Bottas to end this race. He's going early onto the softs. How are you still not past this guy? Oh, it's still because he's bloody there. Knobhead Norris is there, isn't he? Old Knobhead Norris. Right, Alonso, you need to gun this lap because we need to get into that pit window as much as possible. Bottas is past both. Nope. There is Bottas still fighting with Esteban Ocon, who's defending from both of us. which is very irritating.
Copy.
Just to let everyone know. Right, Bottas is in. It's going to be a little bit early for him, but we had to do a risk with someone, and we've gone for Valtteri Bottas to make that risk. As Alonso comes around. Do we pit Alonso now? So, Valtteri coming in. He's going to go onto the soft tyre. It's only 1.73. It's a bit early. In fact, it's very early for Valtteri Bottas to come in onto the soft tyres, but he's going to give it a go. Bless him. He's going to give it a go. Because Alonso's going to come round and probably do a whole nother lap before actually needing to pit onto the soft. So, I might have cocked you up there, Valtteri. I may have potentially put you in a world of pain, but we'll see how it goes. The track looks really dry, if that's anything to go by. It looks very, very dry. But, yeah, Alonso is going to do one more lap, and then we'll probably bring him in to get onto those softs as well. It's all about avoiding the traffic. Now, if there's a safety car, Bottas is absolutely laughing because he has gone onto those very, very early to make that call. Hauger has locked up and gone wide. You don't really get many safety cars though, do you? As Alonso just trying to cut through all these back markers and just about gets it done relatively easy. So Verstappen's out here, so we are going to have a bit of time to potentially call this right. I think we do call in Alonso now. I think we have to. I think we're going to go for that. If we say add new strategy, add a new stint, softs, there, ooh, there. Okay, yeah, we can push them hard. We can push them pretty hard. So 1.4. Alonso's still got some time, so we'll follow him. Valtteri, 18 seconds off Hauger. It's going to be... Yes, we went too early with Bottas. It's going to be really interesting to see how it pans out for him, though. It really is going to be interesting to see how that pans out. Alonso's close to lapping his teammate. Right. Onto the fresh set of soft tyres. Again, it's a risk. We're going early, but I feel like going one lap. Oh, do I want to do that? It's too late. He's in. Alonso's in. 1.29. Really just need this rain to completely stop now. Just we need bright sunshine for the whole thing. Bottas is lapping pretty slow, to be honest, but this is coming down quicker. The track is getting drier. We've risked it with Alonso from second place. It's a very risky strategy. Let's see how everyone does how we're doing when everyone else pits. Right, so here we are. We're getting into the territory of the soft tyres now. We are into slicks. So this is where we need these tyres to come into their own. Max Verstappen has just gone past the pit lane. So we are in prime position here for ultimate pace, having gone onto these tyres early. So Bottas will go past. These people behind may pit straight away. Nobody's pitting with 10 laps to go. I mean, you've still got people out here on wets. What's that all about? Alonso, 27 seconds behind Sainz. Well, a bit more than that. But these guys have got a pit. They're on slow tyres. We're in the optimal tyre now. This is going to be really interesting, this race. It's going to be really interesting to see how this finishes. Alonso pitted from second. That's all we've got to remember. He pitted from second. And the other thing is, if DRS opens up soon, we're going to be laughing. Absolutely laughing. Bottas in 13th. He was 9th, I think, when he pitted. So we just need to keep an eye. Schumacher is in. I assume all these people now are going to go onto the soft tyre. So this is where Alonso... Get pushing, guys. Get pushing with everything. You've got a bit of fuel to play with, Alonso, as well. So we'll get that done. Get that in there. Verstappen pits. Verstappen pits. This is absolutely crucial. We're asking Alonso to go with everything he's got. He's being held up by an Alfa Romeo that really needs to get out of the way. It's Lance Stroll. It's a legitimate driver in front of us on the intermediates. Okay, we've pushed the... We've pushed that as much as we can. Alonso made easy work of Lance Stroll on those intermediate tyres. Gasly is just there. Sainz is coming into pit. Alonso is going to come around. Verstappen is still only just exiting the pit lane. And Alonso's into this, into the final chicane now. It's going to be Verstappen out in first. We should be back into P2 here quite comfortably. Bottas up into 10th. Have the people in front of him pitted. Ricciardo, Albon have. Zhou, Norris haven't. So where can Bottas come out here? This is a very entertaining race. Alonso in second place but 18 seconds behind Max Verstappen. So Max, you think, will go on to win this one relatively easy. Bottas. Sainz is just coming out the pit lane. Gasly is leaving the pit lane. Stroll is in. Norris has just entered it. And Bottas is quite far away. I think that one extra lap we did with one lap pitting, one lap early with Bottas has really hurt him. But we had to take a risk. I'm happy with what we did. We tried. And now we just get to the end of the race. Alonso in second has a, what was that, a 10-second gap to Carlos Sainz? Yeah, it is. So, again, we can get him to push a little bit. In fact, we're going to go for the fastest lap and try and get that extra point, I think. Where is Fernando? Fernando's just coming round the final set. So if we just go standard harvest, we're going to... Bottas has just set the new fastest lap, so that's good for him. Up into 9th as Zhou pits. So Alonso, we're going to just get him to harvest up. We've got this 9-second gap back to Sainz. So we'll do this for one lap and then we'll get that battery full, go for the fastest lap. See, Bottas has got 14 seconds behind him as well, so we could try and do something similar, although Bottas already has the fastest lap. I assume Verstappen will take that off him at some point. But yeah, not a bad position to be in. 2nd and 9th here in Barcelona. Okay, so Alonso's been harvesting up. He's been conserving everything for this little bit here. We are going to go for the fastest lap. It's actually, you can see 3 seconds is what Sainz has gained. We should hopefully make that up on this bit here. So push, push, push. He'll deploy a bit of battery out of here, but I'll sort of want to do it from there. Right, here we go, Fernando. We're going to sit on board with you while you go for this fastest lap that Bottas, I think, set, and then Verstappen just take it off him. Bottas has passed Daniel Ricciardo as well, which is really good for him, so he can get his fuel back in line. Right, Fernando, come on. What can you do here? We need to see a super qualifying-esque lap around this circuit. 7 laps to go. We're all on course with fuel and everything. 2nd and 8th is where we stand at the moment. As let's just quickly check, see what we're doing. So green, it's not purple for Fernando in Sector 1. It's green, and we need to get those purples on the board. Ideally, is what we need. Obviously, it would be quicker if you were setting it with DRS, but we don't have that joy at the moment. Bottas is also closing in on Albon, ahead of him, who seems to be held up by someone. But are we going to get a purple Sector 2? New fastest lap from Valtteri Bottas, who's putting in some good times. Purple Sector 2 from Fernando Alonso. Are the two Aston Martins fighting for that fastest lap? It seems to be between us and Verstappen at the moment, as Alonso coming round into the final chicane. Is he going to get that fastest lap time? Is he going to do it on this lap? We're going to keep him deployed, see what he can do for another lap or so. He comes round... And it is a new fastest lap for Fernando Alonso. He gets that fastest lap. We're going to keep him pushing. I mean, why the hell not? He's got the fuel. He's got a bit of ERS that he'll charge up as he comes around here as well. This Alpine has to get out of the way of Sebastian Vettel, I'm assuming. I mean, it might be Ocon. Actually, it is Ocon. Wow, we're lapping a lot of people here. Ocon, please get out of the way. Thank you very much. Right, let's check in with Valtteri Bottas. Let's get you up into overtake. You've also got a bit of fuel that you can play with as well. Let's see if we can get you past Alexandra Albon. Tyres are getting too hot there for Fernando Alonso, as he's still pushing to see if he can beat his own personal best and current lap record around this time, around this track, as this is where Bottas should hopefully be able to get this done. 5 laps to go, sorry. Using all of his battery, but hopefully having the momentum to come out around here. DRS is activated, so he makes easy meet or easy work of that one, as Alonso still really pushing. Valtteri's back into his fuel where he needs it, and Alonso still really pushing. Alonso is actually doing really well. He's actually racing this really well, and we are in a very good spot. But as you can see, Max Verstappen 22 seconds out in front. doing a
more
cracking
laps.
job
5 more
there.
laps.
A fast lap again from Fernando Alonso. He's holding on to that at the moment. If we just have a look how close.
Get the tyres down.
Alonso did a 1:18.07 and Verstappen's best was a 1:18.6. So it looks like Verstappen is taking it relatively easy, being out in front. We could ease off everything, but at the moment there's really no need to, other than potentially the fuel. So yeah, we'll probably be back for the final lap of this Grand Prix, as Bottas just needs to hold off Alex Albon, to be honest, and it looks like he's got enough about him to do that. So Alonso is on his last lap. Max Verstappen is probably nearly finishing his last lap. So let's push that. Let's get it on deploy. We'll push Valtteri as well because he's on his final lap, and it will be a race between these two to see who gets the fastest lap. Obviously, Valtteri has another lap because he's only here. So Valtteri actually isn't on his final lap yet. So we may give a chance for Valtteri Bottas to get to the fastest lap at the end of this Grand Prix. Alonso doing a fantastic job in second. That isn't Max Verstappen there. Max Verstappen is absolutely miles ahead, and we'll be finishing this race probably pretty soon, to be honest. But rivalry-wise, Mercedes, Ricciardo's in 8th, George Russell out. So we're going to be getting a lot of points on Mercedes in this one, which is absolutely awesome to see. As you can see there, Verstappen won. Oh, Bottas has already finished because he was actually behind. He was behind Max Verstappen. So Bottas confirmed 7th, which is awesome. I'm happy with that. And now we should have Alonso getting the fastest lap, confirming it with this one. It wouldn't surprise me actually if this was. It's not going to be quicker. It's going to be not even green sectors. Well, it would be purple because it's his fastest lap, right? So there we go. Alonso over the line, second place. Lovely race for Aston Martin. That one, 2nd and 7th. Weather was mental. Loads of pit stops. Absolutely awesome race. Really enjoyed that one. It makes up for the fiasco of Miami that we didn't see. But Fernando Alonso on the podium again for Aston Martin this season. We are doing something good here, and we're going to be getting more new parts on this car pretty soon. We are relentless in our pursuit of perfection of this F1 car this season. And there he is, Fernando Alonso. He does celebrate with Max Verstappen. Last time it was Alonso in 1st and Verstappen in 3rd. And Verstappen looks a lot happier this time. And there we go. Max Verstappen wins it. Alonso in 2nd place. He's old, but he's still bringing the goods, isn't he? He's still doing it in this Aston Martin car. And that is another podium for Aston Martin. So Fernando Alonso up 5 places into 2nd. Absolutely superb. And getting the bonus point for fastest lap gives him 19 points. Valtteri Bottas at 1 place gives him 6 points into 7th. So in the drivers then, Fernando Alonso goes up into 4th. Valtteri Bottas drops down 1 because of Pierre Gasly's good race. But in the constructors, we now close the gap to 6 points. We gained 21 points on Mercedes in that race. We are really closing in on George Russell and Daniel Ricciardo in that team. So next up is Monaco, my favourite track, old Monaco. It's rubbish. I'm rubbish there, it's rubbish there, but hopefully we've got a car that can set a good time in qualifying, which is half the battle at Monaco, and then we will go from there. So thank you so much for watching. I don't think... Oh, we do have some news. Chassis has been manufactured, good. Post-race was good, and exceeding expectations is wonderful. Right. Monaco coming up in 4 days' time. Not long until then, but we do have more side pods done, and that's about it. But our chassis is going to be research completed there. I think we actually have quite a large amount of stuff coming in. So that's... The research is complete on the chassis there. Design for the underfloor, which is huge for us in terms of top speed, is there. And the design for the new front wing is complete there. And then we'll get on some more designs, probably another underfloor, to be honest. It's so crucial for top speed, and after Monaco, that's exactly what you need. So thank you so much for watching. I'll catch you in the next one. Apologies again about Miami, but it just means we're one step closer to finishing season 3, which is looking very good for Aston Martin at the moment. I'll catch you in the next one. Cheers.